to my dance money, I can say, why dear girl?
Man from the Leo, GK, but really boiled down to key 10 my ratio. Puffing up enough of my grace like inspirations. I got assurance, so I know that I pray. I check the life lane, but how the four lanes and full blood.
Welcome back to Camera Farmer. This week the show's been delayed a bit because I took a head plant last week when I was out taking pictures, and I felt quite sorry for myself, so I didn't film this bit. I actually done the second bit first. But anyway, we're here and now. Now, what I wanted to do is just shoot with the camera as you get out of the box with the vintage filter, which is really what the camera is all about. And I was thinking about why the vintage filter is so popular, you know, from the Instagram days to now. And I think I was a bit mistaken where I thought this is just nostalgia, but it's not. Most people who take pictures with it now are way younger than nostalgia would allow. So I think what it is, it's become its own look now. It's an established look, and it gives a sense of something to whatever that viewer perceives from it. So I think as a standalone filter, or if you're using anything like that on your phone or whatever, it actually says something now rather than it just being looking nostalgic or something from the 70s or 80s, or then like disposable cameras into the 90s. It does give a very particular look. So with that in mind, I decided to go out, because I've done it already, as I said, very mixed up this week. I decided to go out and just take pictures with it of things. Now, I wanted to get a lot of white things, so the white actually turned yellow, so you could actually see the filter at work. So I went to take pictures of boats, because there's a lot of white ones, and it was freezing, and it was like ridiculous, but you'll see that. And I think they turned out okay. I think it gives an idea of something that was taken a few years ago, and if you added a bit of like grain to it and messed it up a bit, you know, I think it could look really good. Put it in a Polaroid frame or whatever, I think it would look great. I'm really, really happy with the vintage filter on the Camp Snap. It's something that I've not been using a lot of, because I just mainly shoot in black and white. But I think I'll be using it more, because it's just so, again, it's an aesthetic decision, and it's something that if you like it, you like. If you don't, you don't. There's you know, it's just one of those things, but I think it's lovely. And I think it's grown beyond nostalgia, which is something I kind of always want to avoid. I don't take black and white because I like old black and white pictures. I like new black and white pictures. And I've explained why I like black and white before, but it's so the viewer can give to the image as much as what the image gives to you. You know, you've got to, your imagination does things to the image. And surprisingly, taking pictures with the vintage filter does the same thing. I was looking at, I had all the pictures out and I was looking at them, and I kind of realised that it was, looking at the pictures was a very different experience to what I was taking on the day. So I had a very similar experience to taking black and white, and I've really enjoyed it. So I think I'm going to be doing a lot more vintage style, because I thought it was quite cool. It looked great. And this is, like I say, when you buy the Camp Snap, this is the filter that's in it. And for anyone that's new to Camp Snap, you can change your filters one at a time. You can make your own filters. It's a wonderful option. But this is the one that comes with it, and this is the one that I wasn't too sure about, because I didn't want to just go into nostalgia Instagram looks. But it's really good, and I really had a lot of fun with it, and I think I could do something with it, especially if you're shooting people. And it now, instead of putting them back in time, if you're taking pictures of people, it kind of takes them out of time. So you are creating it could be a timeless image, again, similar to the black and white. And I didn't realise it would be that strong. And it had quite an impact when I was looking at these pictures. So I can't say I don't know where I'm going, because I've already been. So let's go or let's go back. I don't know what I'm doing as usual, but let's go and do it anyway. Right, so I'm up in Arbroath, and it was a beautiful sunny day. And now that I've got to Arbroath, it's windy, it's cloudy, and I'm freezing. So I'll see how long it can last. But I'm heading down to the harbour because it's quite beautiful there. We'll see what we can get. So as I said, I'm using the vintage filter that comes with the Camp Snap. Because that's the whole point of the Camp Snap. It's a retro camera, a retro look. So let's see what we can get out of it. Oh my god, my hands are frozen. What is going on? Right. And as usual, I rarely look through the viewfinder. I do use it, don't get me wrong, but not often. I'm actually shivering. And it's been beautiful weather the last few days, and when I came out of the house there, it's sunny, blue skies, and then 20 miles away, bleak, cold. This is Scotland. Right, let's get down to the harbour. Stop complaining. It's a great day to be out. So let's see if there's any boats tied up, and it looks like there's none. So that's handy. Now it's very rare, but at the mouth of the harbour, if you're surfing there, there's a single wave, and it can sometimes work, but when it does, it's absolutely amazing. It can really be beautiful. A really nice, just a single peak, and you could get out there surfing. It's rare though. I think I've only ever surfed it twice there, and that was tricky to get to. But I don't think I've ever seen anyone else surf it. So if you're ever in Scotland and looking for an unusual wave, you never know your luck. Now, Arbroath is about 20 miles northeast of Dundee, and this is a place where my folks didn't have a lot of money. So when I was a kid, we came here to a caravan holiday for a week once a year. And as you can imagine, it was the best holidays I've ever had. They were just wonderful. You know, it felt, when you're a kid, it might as well be 1,000 miles away. It was just the best. And we'd always come out at night and walk along here, and it was always in summer, so the weather was fantastic, and it was great. Great times. Get some pictures done, and we'll get around to the harbour because I want to actually get some pictures of the boats because there's a lot of good colour there, and we could see how the vintage filter actually does with that. Oh, I can barely feel my hands. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I've always loved this place, especially down at the harbour. It's just so nice. It's good to be here. I haven't actually walked along the harbour in probably 10 years. I'm always passing through. Because when I used to surf up at Lunan Bay, that's travelling through Arbroath, another 5 miles or so north. And you'd get to Lunan. So Arbroath just became some place you travelled through, past. I see they're building a brand new cycle path, which is lovely. It's really nice. Yeah, right at the mouth of that the harbour there, it can sometimes work as a wave, so it's not the safest, I'll tell you that, but it is fun. Which is the main thing, isn't it? Lots of nice shapes here, architecture. And then sometimes as a kid we'd come along here and we'd get these huge hooks on wire and you'd catch the conger eel there, which are huge eel. It always kind of scared me, to be honest. They could get quite big and they'll bite you. Old lifeboat house, shed, rather. Oh, there's a lot to take pictures of here. I wish I had longer to do it because thank goodness there's image stabilisation on this camera. You can't see me shivering. Yeah, there's lovely things to take pictures. If you ever come here, this is a great spot. Can't go wrong. Now, we've come up to something here. This is my neighbour down at my studio that does all this. This is Whimsical Lush, and she does all this artwork and puts it here. This is all Suzanne's work. Whimsical Lush, check it out online, it's great stuff. That's her artwork. She's a very popular artist and puts up with me a lot, so give credit where credit's due. Now this used to just be fishing boats, now it's all sort of pleasure craft, which is always strange to see. I think the colours, there's a lot to look at here, so I think it can really work out. The water's looking really green, so I don't know what that's going to come up like on the vintage filter, but I think it could be really nice. There's lots of good smokies you can get here, lots of good fish. It's a lovely place to stop off. There's definitely people living on those boats. I think in good weather it'd be nice. It can get a bit rough round here, so I'd think that would be a different story. And I think I'll take some of the creels, and I think I'm done because my nose is dripping. That's always good. Well, it's a short walk in Arbroath, but I hope you enjoyed it, because I certainly did. Again, it's fresh air, it's getting out taking pictures, which is always fun. You've got something to remember every single thing you do, and something to work on, so it's always good playing with art and doing all this sort of thing. So, until next time.